Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the United Chapter. My name is KALS, and today we're going to be diving straight into the eye of the storm, and we're talking about Manchester United, who have hit a rock bottom, and we know that three consecutive defeats are a team devoid of confidence, and also a manager, RUBEN, who definitely now faces the fight of his professional life. That is where we definitely are with Manchester United. We're going to be analyzing this press conference that he's had, and we know Manchester United is playing Newcastle, and that's why this is definitely going to be a good one in here. And in today's press conference, RUBEN gave a fascinating insight into his mindset, his philosophy, and also his challenges. And today we definitely are dissecting every word he has said, not just to analyze his thinking, but also to uncover what it tells us about the future of this club, Manchester United, right about here. So, firstly, we know that he said, in his own words, he said that there is no point to talk, and he said there is no point to talk or to think about, and definitely he's right about here, and he has to focus on the job. So that's what he said, and let's start with this. When asked whether he had reservations about taking this job mid-season, RUBEN response was quite programmatic. I was programmatic, almost defiant, and he's made it quite clear there is no room for excuses. Now, on the surface, this is the kind of rhetoric you expect from the manager who is quite under pressure. But it will be noted that let's not overlook the subtext right about here. RUBEN knows the challenge he walked into, and he knew it wasn't just about tactics or a squad or just about a squad quality. It definitely was about the culture of the club, where failure is not just punished, it is magnified and in big and massive quantities. So this tells us something crucial. RUBEN doesn't want to be he doesn't want to be perceived as a manager making excuses. He wants to portray himself as a problem solver. But and here's where my analysis cuts deeper, and is this a refusal to acknowledge the timing of his appointment a misstep? Uh, could it be that by not addressing this reality head on, he is trying to shield the high ups, and also the high ups who failed to appoint him earlier, leaving him with the minimal preparation time. That is also something that we need to ask ourselves. So that's something for us really to consider, to ask ourselves. So secondly, he said the manager of Manchester United can never, no matter what, be comfortable. And what exactly does he mean with that? Now, this quote is gold. Amorim understands the magnitude of the job. Unlike some managers who might push back against the relentless scrutiny, he embraces it. But is this the mindset Manchester United needs right about now? That's also something to take note of and also think about. So here is my take. I'm going to give my take. RUBEN is tactically astute, no doubt about it. But Manchester United do not just need a tactician; they need a leader who definitely can instill belief in the football players and in the team staff as well, everybody. And if you definitely move, and if you walk into Old Trafford thinking about how uncomfortable the job is, that mindset trickles down to your football players. And right about now, Manchester United's players look exactly like that. They look quite uncomfortable, unsure, and uninspired. That's how it looks. Definitely. It's sad to say that, but that is the reality. I like Ruben Amorim. I like him for a fact. I like him, but that's the reality. So, a manager has to lead with conviction, and not pragmatism. And Sir Alex Ferguson, Jose Mourinho, and Eric Ten Hag, in his initial season, they had an aura that demanded respect, and Amorim still feels like he's searching for that aura. So let's hope he gets his aura. And right about now, I'm going to be getting into the third statement that he's said, because he's said something about Harry Kane. So on Harry Kane, not Harry Kane, Harry Maguire. So Harry Maguire, he's definitely an example. That's what he said on Harry Maguire. He said Harry Maguire is an example. Now, let's talk about Harry Maguire. Now, Amorim's comments about Harry Maguire being a professional and an example are intriguing. So, is this genuine praise, or it is calculated? It is a calculated move to build up a player who has been battered by the media and also the fan base. That's something that I want to understand. Get into the comment section and let me know. And in my opinion, both Amorim, in my opinion, it's both. It's actually both, but Amorim definitely knows he needs leaders on the pitch, especially with Bruno Fernandes, who's been suspended. You definitely need a leader on there. Harry Maguire may not be the fan favorite, but he is a very experienced football player, and more importantly, Ruben Amorim recognizes him and he also recognizes the fact that Harry Maguire thrives when given the responsibility. But he is where Ruben Amorim faces his dilemma. Maguire is quite emblematic of the old Manchester United, a Manchester United that has fallen short too often. So if Ruben Amorim hands him the armband, he is definitely signaling that he is leaning on the past. So does that align with the vision of renewal that he promised when he arrived? That is also something that you could definitely possibly answer to me in the comment section. So the decision could be pivotal, not just for Harry Maguire, but also for Amorim's perception among the fans, among the fan base. Then he also said another thing. He also said. He said on set pieces, we have to survive to half time and then improve the team. Those were Amorim's words. So set pieces, one of Manchester United's glaring weaknesses at the moment is set pieces. So Amorim's admission that this area needs addressing shows that he's quite observant, but here's the issue. Observation without execution is absolutely meaningless. So we have to get a bit of execution. So Manchester United fans are tired of hearing managers really acknowledge problems without seeing solutions. Set pieces aren't just about physicality. They are about organization and also discipline plus mentality. Look at Newcastle, Our next opponent is Newcastle. Look at them. They have mastered set pieces, And this has just been of recent under Eddie Howe. They've definitely mastered set pieces, turning them into a weapon. And here's the harsh reality. If we do not fix this quickly, Newcastle United will punish us. And just like Wolves did. And that is the reality. That is the absolute truth. So Ruben Amorim says that we need to copy, what other teams do. He says we need to copy. Fair enough. That's fair enough. But copying isn't innovation. And Manchester United need innovation. Manchester United absolutely needs innovation. And I must say, he also let's now talk about something else that Ruben Amorim said on Newcastle. He said that we we have to fight against everything. Those were his words. This quote really reveals the heart of Amorim's current mindset. So it has defiance in it. He's bracing himself and his team for the battle. Newcastle are flying quite high, full of confidence, with a settled squad and also a manager who is quite good. So meanwhile, Manchester United are limping into into this fixture with a fragile defense and also a mindset lacking leadership and also an attack that hasn't found its rhythm just as yet. But here's the twist, Ruben Amorim's comments about the fans were quite fascinating. He's not asking for their support. He is thanking them. And this is a clever move, by showing humility actually, and gratitude. He is shifting the narrative away from the teams failing to the idea of sharing responsibility. So it's a smart move and it's smart, but it only works if the team delivers on Monday. If it doesn't deliver on Monday, this is a result. It's a result calculated sport. If you do not have results, then you are not good enough to stay at Manchester United. So let's look at the bigger picture. We need to look into the bigger picture. So what does all this mean? Here's the ultimate analysis. I'm going to give you the ultimate analysis. Ruben Amorim is a man who is trying to balance two things. One of them being firefighting in the short term, while also laying the groundwork for the long term. And it's quite delicate. It's a delicate act. And right about now, he is struggling. But let's not write him off just as yet. So Amorim's biggest strength is tactical flexibility, and at Sporting he's built a team that could adapt to any situation, and he is trying to replicate that right about here at Manchester United. But Manchester United aren't Sporting. This is not Sporting. This is a club where the pressure is relentless, the expectations are sky high, and also the margins for errors are non-existent. So the Newcastle game is definitely pivotal, not because it is or it will define Ruben Amorim's tenure, but also because it will show us whether the squad is willing to fight for him. And if they do not, if they don't, then they are definitely looking at another manager who will struggle to survive at Old Trafford. So I need to give my final thoughts. I've given you the analysis, talked about a few things, but we did not get quite a lot about Marcus Rashford today. But from the recent interview, we definitely picked up that Marcus Rashford will not be at Manchester United the coming season, with the fact that Ruben Amorim came out and said if he is not in the squad, then calculate it in your mind. You should be able to know that he is definitely leaving. That's what I took out of it. So I'm gonna give my final thoughts, and I must say that Ruben Amorim is under pressure and is under fire. No doubt about that, absolutely. But here is the truth: this isn't just about Ruben Amorim. This is about the great club, the biggest club in the world, Manchester United as a whole, and about the club that has lost its identity and is now desperately searching for a way back to the top. So for some reason, I cannot blame Ruben Amorim to go far to a bigger extent, because this is a problem that has been on manager after manager. So can Ruben Amorim steady the ship? Maybe not. But if he is going to do it, he definitely needs time, and he needs trust, and most importantly, he needs his football players to step up. And on Monday night against Newcastle United, it will be a big chance, and Newcastle also is the chance where this will be shown, and a chance to show that this team has a fight, and that the manager has a vision, and that this club still has a big future. So let's hope things go on quite well for Manchester United. And I must say thank you for watching the United chapter. And if you enjoyed this video analysis, make it a point to like, comment, and also subscribe to the United chapter. Let me know in the comment section, do you really think Amorim can turn this around, or is this just another chapter in Manchester United's ongoing struggles? And until next time, take care. I remain Abu KALS, and this is the United chapter.